When I found out I had herpes, baby, I lost all connection to my vagina, my nunu, my pussy, my yoni, whatever you want to call it. But for this video, I think I'm gonna stick with yoni. Anyway, tragic. Now, before finding out I had herpes, my yoni was my best friend. And then after finding out I had herpes, me and her kind of were at odds. I mean, I took pride in my yoni. She was always ready, always willing, always able. The bomb diggy, couldn't nobody tell me shit. And I really put her on a pedestal. And then after finding out I had herpes, I couldn't connect to her anymore. I wasn't feeling anything anymore. I wasn't getting wet anymore. I wasn't turned on. Nothing turned me on anymore. And my sexual appetite just went out the window. My yoni went numb, completely numb. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with numb vagina, numb vagina is feeling nothing but pressure, experiencing no pleasure at all from penetration. Numb vagina is usually associated or a result of sexual trauma. Full disclosure, I do not categorize herpes as a sexual trauma, but the stigma alone is a monster, and it takes and it does more damage to you emotionally than the actual virus does. And us women in the herpes community, when we first find out we have herpes, we allow that stigma to take control of our lives, really consume our lives. And I want to say that the stigma alone is trauma within itself. Since finding out I had herpes, I have reconnected with my Yoni, and she is back to being my best friend. We're not beefing anymore. And what I've learned is that reconnection with your yoni is more than a physical sensation and pleasure. It starts with our mind. Well, it started with my mind. A lot of women are sexually programmed, which prevents them from ever reaching orgasm. Again, tragic. They are programmed with these repressive ideas and bad habits that causes them to subconsciously shut down the sensations in their vagina. Some examples of these repressive ideas could be sexual pleasure is wrong, sexuality is evil, sexuality is dirty, sexual desire is dangerous, sex is for men. I can only accept I can only enjoy sex through my vagina. Self pleasure is weird. Um, then there's also bad sexual habits when we don't nurture our sensitive inner child, but we do push ourselves to do the things that we don't necessarily want to do during sex. Have you allowed your partner to penetrate you before you were fully ready? Have you used artificial lubes to have sex when your body wasn't ready? Have you been abused or sexually assaulted? Do you have sex for the sake of peace? And at times, do you not feel emotionally connected during sex? Are you too much in your head during sex? Am I making him or her feel good? How do I look? How do I smell? I want to make sure that they come. This hurts, but he or she seems to like it. I don't like this, but I'm going to keep going. These are all programs, thoughts, and habits, and they all have power over whether or not you're able to connect to your yoni. This idea that sex is directly connected to our yonis is societal program. Sex is sacred. Sex, during sex, you're supposed to be present and conscious. It is our superpower and it's our connection to source. But we must be present with self first. A great practice to learning how to be present with yourself is through breath work, meditation, and setting intentions. We must set intentions before everything that we do, from drinking a glass of water to taking a shower before we go to sleep, approaching an uncomfortable situation, and even before sex. I use two meditation apps that help me with breath work, meditation, and setting intentions. They're called Insight Timer and the Tapping Solution. And I will make sure I put it underneath this video in the description. Like, subscribe, share. I am going to create a video about my personal intimate self-care and self-pleasure that helped me reconnect with my Yoni after finding out that I had herpes. I hope to see you there. I love you all. My name is Shayna Singleton, self-love coach, herpes advocate, and plant-based chef. Peace, love, and light.